Alright, just want to go ahead and dive in on this. I built this little simple single level overworld for a demo I did at my startup, my nonprofit. We're working on a prompt tutor that helps people use something like Claude Code and actually when they don't have knowledge, it helps to save them on time and become more efficient in their prompting and just get better at prompting. So what they have in their mind, they end up getting in reality. So I don't need to show that off. It's a totally different tool, but I built this quickly with a few prompts just to demonstrate that. And so what I want to do is I want to continue it because I kind of had fun building it. I like the vibe of it, and I've never really made games before. I've got a long career in software engineering, but it's mostly been on applications, automation, like big back-end systems and things like that. So want to learn game dev, want to get better at it, and actually make some cool games. For today, forgive my camera. I don't know. I'm using my phone camera here, and the microphone and camera seem to be a little bit off, but I don't really have time to investigate, so I'm just going to roll with it. Okay. So I'm going to move this over. We have a few things we need to do here today. Like one thing, these are supposed to be yellow and have a smiley face. I can show you the game itself. These should have like a face on them, you know, so they look more personable. And you see they start over. Another thing is like it's never the same. It keeps like generating randomly. I don't want it to do that. These guys don't actually kill you, and they should. And then I think when they do kill you, the ones that do kill you are really hard to avoid. So look at this blue guy. I cannot get through this purple guy. Purple, not blue. Okay, well I managed to get through that one, so maybe I spoke too soon, but go up here. Yeah. So you see we just have like a really simple platform. I could just jump over those guys, which might not be the best. Just want to see if I can get to the end here. I think I should be able to. Okay. These guys are going to be a little tough, because if they land on me, I'm screwed. Okay, I won. Right. Here should be a boss. I don't know if we'll get that today. I'm going to do one Pomodoro, and let's rock with it. All right, so the first thing I want to fix is can we make these guys actually look the way I had envisioned? So I did do this in Claude Code initially. You know, think of it, maybe I'll move this guy back. I did do this in Claude Code. I'm going to use Copilot. See how well I can get with Copilot here. Start with just a simple plan. We'll use Sonnet 4.6. Most of the models are okay. I used Opus 4.7 to generate this in Claude Code, which worked really, really well. This might not work as well. This is not going to work as well, consistently as well. It might work just fine or as good for this, but like overall, you know, Opus 4.7 is a much better model than this, but not too important. I'm gonna use Copilot. It's built in here, and frankly, I have it through GitHub, and I get some free credit, so why not? Let's see. What I'm gonna say is, okay. In the game, we have, forget that. Okay. Currently, we have the enemy, the pyramid style enemy that was meant, it was meant to be yellow with a mean face on each side. But at the moment, it's just a black pyramid. Let's fix this. Nice thing about this prompting is it just kind of works most of the time. You know, it will translate this. It will help me come up with a plan, and then it can actually implement it. As we get further along here, we have to get more into the engineering side. We have to actually do systems. At the moment, there's no backend. There's no nothing. I don't even have a server running. You see, it's just an HTML file. But as we're slowly prototyping here, it's just going to be like, you know, sentences. So let's see, we can read it if we wanted to. I'm not that interested in it. Now I have a good picture of the problem. The pyramid has a mesh tuned material. Yes, custom made. I don't even know this stuff. I just kind of vibe coded this, and I'm going to continue to vibe code. Ideally till we have a full game. So we'll see how much of a game we can get out of it. And then we'll let this go. Let's trace through the geometry more carefully. Alright, so it thought for a little bit there. Longer than I'd like. Claude seems to be going slow the last couple of days, but we have a good plan. Fix the black pyramid enemy. Root cause the normals are pointing inward instead of outward, and this four side face are wound in the wrong vertex. Okay, so it says they're like inverted. That's weird. Swapping because mirrors the texture, but the mad face is roughly so reads. Okay, now we're just going to let it go ahead and... I am going to be trying to pause when it takes too long, because otherwise the video, you know, they would add like minutes and minutes to the video where I just want to have the cruft. Okay, let's see. It says done. Let's see how well it actually did. Come on. All right, nice. Really nice. Look at that. Exactly. That's kind of exactly what I was going for. Nice. See, I cannot beat those guys. It's like, so I need to make them a little nicer to work with. How would I do? I don't know if that's the next thing I should do right now. I think some of these platforms probably need to be a bit bigger and just to make the game more interesting in general. Right now, it's like the only thing to do is to go around these guys, and that, yeah, that sucks. So should we focus on that? I think a next step would be maybe these platforms should be a little bigger. At least the ones with these purple guys on it should definitely be bigger. So I want to say, and now I'm just gonna vibe in agent mode. Let's make the platforms with the double sphere enemies larger. Let's also space the platforms a bit further apart in some cases, ensuring it's possible to jump from one to the other, but make it a bit more difficult. Okay, actually we could probably do this. Here's some changes. I'm gonna say some changes needed. We'll say like, let's make the platform, yeah. Let's also make the ensuring it's a bit more difficult. And then right now on every refresh, the platforms and enemies, the enemies are random, the enemy locations are randomly generated. I want to be able to hard code them to create repeatable levels. And that's something to definitely work on, because what we want to do is, I want to get to a boss first. Can I build all this up to this boss? But then after that, like, we want to be able to add more levels, you know what I mean? And who knows where it goes from there. I think right now, if I get to this and I can have like 3 levels and then maybe like a 4th one that's just a big boss, then we're really cooking, and we're really, at that point it's like the basics of something like a Mario game. We don't want to just make Mario. I mean, some of these enemies might need to change as we go. Like this one right here, this pyramid. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's an exact ripoff of a Mario enemy, but I think Mario has really close to all of these. I don't know if you can get around that. Like your platformer made of shapes, it's I don't know, but we don't want to just rip off Mario. Right now on every refresh enemy. All right, now it has a pretty good plan in place and is actually doing the work. So I don't think, we'll see how long that should take. Once it has the plan, and we're only working on one file, so generally it's pretty quick for it to just update that one file. I wonder if I can shrink this a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So I can maybe move it. Nah, I don't know. Just gets on my nerves at the left side, but okay, let's try this out. So now if I refresh, how does it work? Okay, let's see. We have purple, pyramid, purple, pyramid, purple. Purple, pyramid, purple, pyramid, purple. Let's see. Okay, it seems like it's the same every time. All right. And these guys, did I ask it for those to be bigger? I don't think I did. Let's make the, okay, yeah, I did. Yep, I definitely did. Okay, nice. So now I can, because then you have a little bit, maybe that's still hard, but it should be a little bit hard, right? But I think the thing is, like, that does need some work on those enemies, because it's, like, I don't know, they should maybe take a second and like notice you and then be like, hey, wait, and then run at you, instead of right now they just run, they like immediately know and they run at you, and I don't even have time to, like, the speed at which hitting the button makes you jump, it seems too slow for me to actually react to these people. So, but maybe, I don't know, maybe that makes it more challenging. Maybe that's something they should be. If that is something we want to do, I don't think that should be on the very first level, right? Because like that, okay, I made that one, right? So now I can come this way. I want to add more platforms for sure. Like I can see ones that are, like in something like Mario or Donkey Kong or any of the famous platformers, there's ones that move. There's ones like, these red ones do this. Maybe I can show it if I can get past this guy. Come on. These red ones I did make do this. This needs to probably be sped up. Yeah, see, okay, and then they'll fall, and then they'll disappear. So that probably needs to move a lot fast. Like I think it should be 5-10 seconds. It's like 5 seconds to flash, and then 5. But I think it's more than 5 seconds. And if that is 5 seconds, it doesn't feel like it. It feels way too slow. So anyway, okay, we have this, we have that. This is looking pretty good. You know, there needs to be a way for me to say, like, put me on the boss, right? Like, put me on the boss one, dude. Okay. Yeah. And we need a way, I'm just thinking out loud here. We need some way that I could edit this as a file myself, you know, say like first platform has no enemies. First platform is this, has no enemies. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. So then I can easily update it myself. I don't have to like I pay in a cost for every AI call, so let's avoid that. Okay. Now let's describe the level as a JSON file in a new folder, data/levels. Okay. To start, let's just have a 0.json file. Alright, and then this might be maybe a little technical, but we'll say like we want the format to be something like here, we could say title, string, name of the level, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4 platforms, which is like an array. That seems bad though. Okay, but I think that should still have, I don't know, it needs like an X number, Y number, Z number, right? Type string, type of platform, e.g. like start block, I don't know, something like that. Type, and then maybe we'll say not necessarily enemies, but NPCs. I don't know. Right now we could just say type string, type NPC enum, and then even up here we could say like platform enum. I don't know. I'm gonna let it figure some of that out, but basically we could say like we want a platform at this location of this type with these kind of, right now just enemies, but who knows, maybe in the future there's non-enemy NPCs. So alright, let's see what it does. Okay, it looks like it says it's done. So before I even do anything, I just want to refresh and see does it work the same. Okay, nice. And now, so in here in data, we have 0.json. Let's see what it looks like. Type purple patrol. Nice. Okay, awesome. So this gives us a really good descriptor that we can then edit and tweak. That's really awesome. I even came up with the name The Long Road Up. I love that. So before we do anything else, and mindful that we're at a Pomodoro, we have just a few minutes left, less than 10 minutes left. I do want to be able to say, like, just for testing purposes, can I start, maybe in this file, I can add like a debug start, or just a starting. Basically, I want to be able to say, like, start me at this block, so I don't have to walk through, like, I don't have to actually beat the level every time I want to test something. Good habit. So, it can be kind of fun, though. This can be kind of fun. Those purple ones, I suck. I'm not very great at video games, so. Okay, alright. Let's add to this file an optional start platform. Then I have to count. That sucks. I gotta count, huh? An optional start platform key that if set will start me on that platform. Otherwise, we begin at the starting block. Nice. It's pretty cool, though. I mean, it works. It comes along, you know. Like at this point, when the prompting can be easy, the problem just becomes really the architecting of the system and the game design itself, which I'm not going to pretend that I'm good at or would actually be good at anytime soon. I feel like that's a non-technical artistic skill that you either are just like born with or maybe you can cultivate. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So it says start platform 0. Okay. What if I delete it though? What if I was to delete it? Like it doesn't break anything, right? Okay, if I delete it. But if I re-add it, no, what the hell? Okay, yeah. What is going on here? I want to keep everything because this is really good. So actually, before I go any further, I don't know if this is even a Git repository. Git add index and data and just say git commit. Working on level descriptor, right? Okay. So then, I don't know. It'd be great if I didn't have to count these. So let's say I just want to say 10, right? If I start on block 10 here, does it work? Doesn't look like it's working. Start platform 1, 2. Let's just say 2 just to make sure. All right. If I start on 2. All right. So not working. Not working. If I set start platform 2, it still begins on the starting block. Okay, it looks like it's pretty good, but for some reason it's doing... Why are we using node fetch here? Let me just say, why are we using node fetch? Why are we using fetch at all here? We should not be. Let's see, does that now break things? It's still not starting on the right. Still not starting on the right one. That's okay. We'll fix that. No problem. Good question. It's inconsistent. The game still loads everything from the hard coded. Fetch only added to reach. Yeah, why would it do that? That's so crazy. Keep it all. Remove fetch or any server side required modules for now. We will definitely end up needing to add a server at some point. I think at some point probably I don't want to say we definitely will, but if we want to start adding savings and who knows where the game goes, if we actually build it out and we like building it out, then you can go in all kinds of directions and have like scores, and like a leaderboard or whatever it's called. So who knows? But for now, we are not gonna to over engineer this thing. So let's start. Still not doing it. So let's see. Okay. Still starting on first platform no matter what. Okay, so I don't know if that would have fixed it. Let's see. Okay, so that kind of fixed it. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, because it's always, yeah. No, it's not. What the hell? It's like I can't change it and it work. Maybe, or if I say 0 here, is it... Okay, I think just to avoid the hangouts, I think we will just add a quick server so it can load from the JSON. We don't need to fetch it still, I don't think. We don't need to add any network latency or anything, but I think we could add a server. Okay, let's add a simple server to run and just import the JSON directly with import ... import. Okay. Do not use fetch or introduce any networking latency. Ensure the entire level is being generated from the JSON and not hard-coded in the code base. Okay, we got it working now. Or, well, I don't have it working now. The AI is working now. That's on me, I guess. I don't see why it can't just figure out, even though it's an index.html file, right? Like the JSON it's right here in the directory next to it. So maybe it'd be a bit hacky at first, but there's definitely some way, even if we had to pass in as like the file path to do the import, there's definitely a way where the JS could read that JSON. But I'm not going to dive in and write that by hand, and I'm not going to fight with the AI. So if it's easier for the AI to just do the server for now, I'm just going to let it go so we can continue on here. Okay, it did this. Still updating, so I'm not going to refresh it yet. Still updating here, so let's see. Come on. Okay, it did a bunch of work. I don't think it's running. I'm gonna test this. Let's hope that it just works, right? Come on, let's test. What do I need to do? npm I to start. Okay, not npm start. And then, sure, why not? I figured it would have done that already, but okay. So now if I come to a local host 3000, All right, is it still breaking or JSON over here? Let's see, what if I start it back at 0? Come on. Okay, nice. Now what if I started at 1? Okay, awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm gonna put it about 19, and then we're probably gonna have to call it there because that's a Pomodoro, and then next time we'll do the boss. That's a bit ugly. I wonder if I could change that. Maybe before, can I push that? So if we say the final one, the very final one that I'm on, this is an orange hex, XYZ. Huh. XYZ. So the Z would be outward. Let's see. This Z is 122. This is negative 130. So maybe if I can make this 150, what happens? Nice. Yep. See. Okay. Awesome. So I don't have to have an AI do this for me every time or dive into the code. I can just do 140, refresh it, and then this one above, I could actually, right, like I could do something like this now to test. Yeah, now we're cooking. Now we get to a part where it's like we can actually start working on the game and not have to worry. That'll be next time, and then I can test like how easy is it per thing here. Type purple. I think we're going to want to be a little bit closer than that, like 138. But then I am going to have to call this done for the day. And then here, bam. And then next time we'll work on a boss.